This is the Reinforce Your Gym podcast with your host, Dustin Bogle. This show is about arming gym owners with the tools, strategies, and lessons they need to take their business to the next level. That way, they can make a greater impact in their community. Now, let's get to work and reinforce your gym.
Hey, gym owners, I'm excited for today's topic because we're going to go all things habits for you, for gym owners, and we're going to help you to create the perfect cadence so that you can keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your business, and you can also structure your time so that it is the most productive and most efficient, all right? And so we know the power of the habits. We teach it to our fitness clients. We give them atomic habits as a gift. We teach them about how habits are what keep you going after you hit your body transformation goals. These are the things that we teach, but we also want to make sure that we're auditing ourselves and our habits in terms of business and making sure that we have a cadence set in place so that we can keep our finger on those important metrics. So what I'm going to give you today is a daily, weekly, and monthly habit that I really strongly urge you to set up so that you can be the best business owner you can be. Can make your business more profitable. And there's probably all these open loops in your mind. And once you systemize them, you can be a lot more calm when you are going through your business operations. All right. And so acronym SYSTEM stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And I love that because that is what we want to set up for you today. Yes, it's a habit, but when we can automate it, it almost becomes like any other system in your business. And we can set it up in a reoccurring cadence. All right. So let's get into the good stuff. All right. So let's talk daily habits first. In my opinion, again, all these habits will be my opinion, but as someone who's opened 6 locations and has 13 years gym owner experience and has talked with hundreds and thousands of gym owners, I really started to develop the patterns of what sets the winners apart from the people who have the struggling gyms. All right. And so first habit is the daily habit. And so if you think about it, it's the biggest habit because it is something you're going to do so many reps of. Where is your time daily? I'm talking your regular work week, Monday through Friday. What are you spending time on? Is it the things that drive the business forward, or is it on busy work and, you got them and it's brought up by your team and your client? Well, in my opinion, 3 to 4 hours of your schedule should be dedicated to new client acquisition. That is a daily habit for the winning gym owners. When I look at their calendar, when they tell me what they're doing, they are sending with 3 to 4 hours at a time, emails, they're sending texts, they're making calls, they're talking to people, they're following up with leads, they're asking members for referrals, they're reactivating past members. They are spending a considerable amount of time, at least half their day, on new client acquisition because we know every single month you're going to get this thing called cancels. And if someone in the gym is not obsessed on sales, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Your business is either going to stagnate or it's going to go backwards. It cannot grow if someone is not focused on growth every single day. So your coaches are dedicated to retention and attrition for the most part. They're going to be just keeping the clients that you're bringing in. They're more the guards at the back door. You need to be the guard at the front door, inviting people in and telling people to come in and try out the program. So to me, that is the daily habit of winning gym owners. They spend 3 to 4 hours of their day minimum on new client acquisition. Everything else is a distraction. And there's going to be a lot of them. You're going to have to build your no muscle. All right. And that means telling people no. The more focused you are, the more things you're saying no to, right? And a distracted person is saying yes to everything. Hey, can you change my card on file? Hey, can you reply to this email? Hey, can you help me program the workouts for next week? Hey, can you send me, a workout for when I'm traveling? Like, everyone's going to be fighting for your attention. Your job is to guard your time and block out everybody when you're doing this activity so you can do it with focus. Because, the other part of this is, can you do it? Like, hey, Dustin, yeah, I blocked out 3 or 4 hours, but I was doing it distracted. I had notifications. People were walking by my office. So I sold, but I sold distracted. Or a focused salesperson, oh my God, like lights out. They're going to crush it and grow their gym to the next level. So that is the daily habit of a winning gym owner. Now, next one, number 2, we're going to go to the weekly habit. And so a weekly habit is going to be linked to sales. It is basically a sales meeting happening on a weekly basis. Now, if you're the salesperson, you're going to just meet with yourself. If you have an agency, maybe you can meet with them. If you have a sales rep, you can meet with them. but you want to either talk to somebody that is in charge of marketing, sales, or both at these meetings. And we want it to be focused around these topics because let's face it, your coaches probably don't love talking marketing and sales. So my belief is you should have like a separate team meeting where you just talk about more operations and coaching. And then you should have a sales and marketing meeting for anyone attached to that part of the business. And that way you guys can go deep into those numbers. So at this meeting, we want to look at marketing and what's working and what's not working. And we want to also look at sales and see if we're on target or off target. What I want to really pay attention to this meeting is your lead sources with your sales. Meaning if I sold somebody a trial or a challenge or booked an appointment, where did they come from? And if you're not actively tracking that, I'm telling you that you're just throwing darts in a dark room when it comes to marketing. You want to have a bullseye that you can see clear as day. That is your lead sources. So do they come from Facebook ads? Do they come from TikTok ads? Do they come from an email blast? Did they walk in? Did they drive by? Were they referred? And I'll tell you, it is going to be somewhat messy because someone's going to tell you how they heard about you, but it's probably going to be the most recent thing they can think of. I bet you're omnipresent. I bet you are all over the place, and all of those things wore them down. And then finally, the most recent thing got them to take action. So they might see your ads on Facebook. They might have seen your sign when they drove by. They might, get your emails. But then finally, a friend said, you got to come check it out. They're running this special deal, and I know you've been meaning to check it out. And then they walk in and you say, how did you hear about us? Oh, I was referred by so-and-so. They're not going to mention the 10 other things, right? And that's the part of being omnipresent with your marketing is you want lots of things running at once because it wears the person down. And then finally something gets them to crack and move and step in. So at these meetings, you're going to look at your marketing, what is seeming to bring in the most leads so you can make sure that those things keep continuing to perform and that you're giving them energy. You want to look at things that are not performing and question why, what could we do better? And so we want to look at our marketing flow and our lead flow and make sure that that's performing. And then what's the sales looking like? How many of these people are we converting into our trial? How many trials are we converting into our memberships? Are we on target? Are we off target? And that would be an agenda that you do weekly. Set it on your calendar. And that's pretty much how we make these things into a habit. The coach in us, because most gym owners I talk to have like a fitness background, they would never miss a session, right? If they had a one-on-one client at 8 a.m. or they had a group session at 6 a.m., they will be there, their butt will be in the building, and they will be ready to rock. That's how we are. We do good when we have appointments. You give a gym owner free time, and that's where they feel lost and they don't know what to do because no one's counting on it. There's a group counting on you to be in the gym at 6 a.m. You will be there. You don't want to let them down. But then I say, hey, you can do whatever you want from 10 to 2. And that's the struggle of entrepreneurship is like without guidance, without a coach, or what should I do? I guess I should do that. And a lot of times we pick things we enjoy or things that we think are important, but we need outside eyes saying, hey, all that stuff, it's not worth your time. You need to be over here. So that is, why on your calendar so that you show up just like you would as a coach running a session on your calendar, put set new client acquisition time daily. Like it's just repeating on your calendar Monday through Friday at a specific time. Then put the sales meeting on your calendar because someone's going to be there. That's why, again, I'd prefer that you're at least meeting one other person and you're like, okay, I don't want to let them down. We have a reoccurring Friday meeting at 9 a.m. I'm going to make it. And you show up when things are on your calendar and especially when someone's going to see it, right? Because we don't want to let people down. So that's a little ninja hack on how to make these habits stick. Is meet with someone you don't want to let down and, get an agenda that you guys can follow every single time, right? Gym owners, let's be real. You don't love lead follow-up, and that's why I started Gym Reinforcement so you can pass it over to us because that's probably not why you started a gym. That's not what you love to do in business is to chase leads down all day long. Well, hey, hand that over to me and my team of remote sales reps. We're going to text them, call them, email them, social media, DM them. We're going to do all the channels so that you don't got to worry about it and they're going to get reached out to quickly. And that is what we do at Gym Reinforcements. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of AI and bots and automations out there that can reach out to your leads. But let's be honest, it's not very good and people could tell right away. You probably would rather to have human to human customer service from start to finish, meaning from when they opt in to when they get serviced by your coaches. We want to have that exist throughout the whole client journey. So let us step in, let us engage your leads, let us sell them for you, And that way you can do what you do best and serve them and get them results. So if you want to book a call, go to gymreinforcements.com and we'll talk soon. So that is daily habit for winning gym owners, weekly habit for gym owners. The final one we're going to cover is monthly, and there are 2 subcategories inside of this. All right. So first things first, I'm a big fan of looking at my attrition and retention numbers at the end of the month because I can get enough data, right? There's probably not enough cancels going on in a week that you're going to be able to make some meaningful decisions from it. But at the end of the month, I could take all my cancels and I can read through their cancellation exit form. I can look at the reasons why they're canceling. I can look at their LTV, how long were they a member, and I can see if there's any patterns, right? So we can get ahead of it. And I can also see my end of month percentage, like where did we land? What was our attrition? A healthy gym is 5% or better, meaning 4, 3, 2% attrition. Those are amazing numbers. If you are over 5 and 6 and, get into the double digits, 10%, you're going to have a hard time growing. In fact, you might even start seeing your member totals reversing and going backwards because your attrition is so high. It doesn't matter how many sales you get, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. So that's a whole other video. Again, locking the back door, keeping your clients, making sure that they are retained. That's something that, again, I would say is more like a conversation with the coaches. And that would be that team meeting I mentioned earlier. But that would be the first end of month habit is like clockwork. Someone needs to send you a report or you need to put on your calendar and run your own report and pull your attrition number. Where did we land? And the way that I believe is the best way to track it is to make a simple spreadsheet where you list your members in a column format on the first of the month. And then you track how many of those original members stayed to the final day of the month and you put them in a column format right next to it. Because what messes you up in a CRM, and the reason I don't really trust a lot of their reporting, is they will count new sales. And so it'll give you false numbers. So you might have, let's do easy math. You had 200 members, you lost 10 of them, but then you signed up 10 new clients. It might spit out that you had 100% retention and 0 attrition, but it's not factoring that you lost 10 of those original, 200. It's replacing them with your new sales. And it's basically going to feed your ego, make you feel good, but it's not going to give you accurate data. So I like listing my clients on a column and then how many of those originals stayed to the end of the month. The sad part about attrition is it can only go down, right? So there's things we can do to get more leads and get more sales and make things go up. It starts at 100% on the first, and then it goes down. So it goes 99% the next month. It might go 98 and you end the month at 97. There's no way to get it to turn back up unless you reverse someone's decision to cancel, unless you save them, unless you get them to change their mind. Maybe that 97 comes back up to a 98, but because you're just looking at those original members and it's going down based on cancellations, that's just something to be aware of. But then the new month starts and you get your end of month list and you add in all your new sales. So let's say, again, you had those 200 members, you lost 10, you went down to 190, you move them over to your next month. But that month you sold 20 memberships, boom, you add them to your first of the month list. Now you're at 210. And then we track how many of those 210 canceled, right? So hopefully that's making sense. If not, let me know, put in the comments and I'll write a description. But that's the easiest way to do it. We got to judge the 1st to the 31st and just look at new members. Do not count any original members, do not count any sales. All right. Then the second subcategory of monthly is you got to look at your P&L. All right. And so you got to have that delivered to you by your bookkeeper. Try to get it quick. We like to see it by the 5th of the month and basically just comb through it and have it all categorized by line items. In fact, one thing I've been pushed back is don't just have payroll and a big lump number. Payroll and then have it broken down into sublines with each person so you can see what you're paying them. And that way you have a better understanding, right? And then, of course, you got your rent, your utilities, your ad spend, whatever, your softwares, anything, any fix in the gym, contractors you had to hire to fix things in the gym, fitness equipment you had to replace, anything like that is all expenses. And then there's the revenue. So you got your membership EFT or MRR, you got your trials, sales, and maybe you got retail like supplements and gear, anything like that. Paid in fulls, they're all going to be on the revenue line. And then of course at the bottom is profit. So you want to look at the dollar amount, but then I would also put in a formula to say, what's my percentage of profit? And the goal is to get that percentage to go up, to be mindful of expenses and cut where there's any kind of sloppy spending And then of course, we're always trying to grow revenue. That's something that, again, you need that end of the month to gather all the data and to see what your totals were, and just do it, because you don't get a lot of reps. Again, if you're only doing this 12 months of the year, that's only 12 reps a year. So we need to make sure we're at least hitting these end of months so that we can get those reps in, and then you can make better, wiser decisions from it. But a lot of owners are just running their business from their bank account. They're not looking at how the cash is flowing, where's the money going and being spent, and how's the money coming in and being made. And so they're kind of going off of feeling, which is never a good way to run a business, or they're just looking at their bank account. And as long as it's not crazy terrible, they just keep chugging along. So we don't want to do that. We want to look at this P&L. So those are the habits that I would say every gym owner has to adapt just to kind of get going and make their way into that winning gym owner category. So set these up on your calendar, set them as repeating, never miss them, and make sure that you're spending time on these things, because they are what you need to get to that level that you want to get to. You got to have your eye on your finances. You got to have your eye on your sales and your marketing. And then you got to make time for sales, because you are a small business and you are always going to be the best salesperson as the owner, because you have the most conviction, you have the most skin in the game. Can you hire help? Yes, that's what we do at GR. We bring in those reinforcements for you. But man, the best gyms, even still, they hire a rep and the owner continues to sell. And that's the ones that are just skyrocketing, because we got two people focused on growth, not just one. So hopefully this was a good video and you guys enjoyed it. If so, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya. Gym owners, I want to officially invite you into my free Facebook group just for you. It's called Fitness Sales Made Simple. And essentially, I'm sharing free resources in there all the time to help you grow your business. Doesn't matter to me if you ever work with gym reinforcements. You can gather all kinds of cool content and tools and resources. We have free webinar trainings, free guides, free lead magnets, free scripts that you can send out to make sales, and it's all in the group. So go ahead and click on the link in the description and you could get inside and get these free tools. See you on the inside.